All right. Good day, everyone. To everyone listening, thank you so much for tuning in. It's an amazing time you will have in this discussion. And in today's discussion, I feel one thing that have been, I kind of find it very fascinating in the sense that I've heard people talk about it, and the topic is friends, right? And one thing that kept happening at one conversation upon the other, I kept hearing people saying, "Oh, I didn't believe my friend could do this. I didn't believe my friend could do that." Today's podcast, we can't do justice to the topic. I know we can't treat everything, right? But at different points in time, I feel we might raise up other topics around this subtopics. It can be subtopics around this particular major topic we're talking about, right? So I'm going to invite my co host. Her name is Uche. So, Uche, do you want to do a little introduction about yourself?
Okay.
Then we jump in.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Good evening. First of all, I thought I was like a guest, but okay, co-host, I accept. My name is Uchechi. I'm a creative entrepreneur. I dabble with creativity here and there. I work in content and marketing, yeah, social media. But at the center or at the core of everything I do is my faith one, personal development, and just been on this quest to be a better person than I was yesterday and just enjoy life, growing life, and get the most out of life while having God at the center of everything I do. So yeah, that's me.
Wow, you said a handful. All right, thank you so very much, right? And I feel the first, in order for us to introduce this topic, one thing I'm going to read a particular scripture, and it's found in Proverbs chapter 17, verse 17. It says, "A friend loves at all times, and the brother is born for adversity." Right? So that kind of brings us to the first discussion. What does the word friend mean to you, Uche? If someone say, "Oh, I'm your friend," what bell does it ring to your head, or what meaning does it
Yes.
give you?
I think when people say friend, I think friend is someone that has a special bond with you that is rooted in agape love. I see friend beyond someone that is not just someone you get to choose first of all in life,
Yeah.
but also not by circumstance, maybe by like your sister. You guys were born of the same parents, or you kind of like grew together and all. Like you actually like chose yourself. So I think a friend is someone that is always that knows someone that knows everything about you, right? And someone that a person. So basically, I would say friend is someone who has like a mutual bond or has a bond of mutual affection. Whether it's exclusive, relationship wise, family wise, it could come in different aspects. So yeah, that's what I'll say a friend is.
Right. And for me, I remember when so different people keep saying different things, right? So I remember when I was in a particular job I was working, right? And the person told me that, "So Lucy, we have different kind of friends, right? To say we have friends that as long as they have the word friend, right, it's possible that it ends with end, right? So it's possible there's always an end date to be to different friendship, right?
Mm,
Right.
yeah.
But I'm also of the opinion, right, that should everybody be your friend or should you have selected people, right? So some people are saying they are
Yeah.
fans, they are friends, their fans, their family. Do you think that is confusing or what do you think?
Okay, so I would say first of all, right, everybody should not be your friend. I think um well now we're talking about like different layers. So as an individual, we have like different layers of people. So you have your core people. Then I think you have so your core people are the maybe 1 to 3 persons that if you're going through something in life, you most likely will tell them. It could be a family member, it could be a friend, it could be a
Yeah.
partner. Like it does not have to be people always think that your call must be or you have to tell all of your family members what you're going through. Sometimes your family members don't even make it to that list of being your core person, right?
Exactly
Then you
said,
have the
right?
people, yeah, that are kind of like are maybe your friends, right? So family and friends, and people that are like the second layer, maybe like after a week or so you've gone through, you can share with them. Then you have like, the acquaintance, and then you also have people you get to like work with type of thing. So they're in different levels and all right. So I think if you have an understanding of who people are and when they are where they are placed in your life, you would not mix that word loosely of like who is a friend and who is not a friend.
True. Right. And I feel when you're talking, what came to my mind was I think different thing kind of ran through my mind first. But one thing I wanted to even ask, it kind of leads me to the next discussion, right? Have you ever been in a place where you question if this person was truly your friend, right? Maybe so okay, let me just add to what you said. Always I always remember having this discussion with people saying that, see, friendship is a two-way street. If you think you are if you think you're the only one, if you're only the one doing all the whole communication, the one doing the whole reaching out, I feel you get to a point where the relationship starts to decline. So if the other person doesn't see you as a friend, I feel it's more of transactional, right? What do you think?
Yeah, I like you said, like friendship is two. Any relationship is two-way
True.
street. It applies the same way for friendship. And I think people. If I get the question right, you're asking, what did you ask, please? So I'm sure that I'm answering the right thing you said.
Yeah, so sorry I jumped in. I was also caught up with the trying to go back to the first point you made mention of,
Okay.
right? But the question I'm asking or the discussion I'm asking, right, is more of a discussion we're having. I don't need to sound like a question and answer, right?
Yeah.
So the discussion we're kind of moving on to is, have you ever been in a friendship where you thought, oh, I'm friends with this person, but this person does not really see you as a friend. So what do you think?
Yeah, I think that hurts, but I think it comes from a place of not even understanding, um, not being the most emotionally matured person, right? And I
Mhm.
did have my fair share of that, growing up. Just even coming into the age of like a young adult, maybe because we went to secondary school together, or
Yeah,
we grew up in the same neighborhood. I kind of like assumed that we are friends.
yeah.
But in the real world, you just start seeing that, oh wait, this person does not really place you exactly where you place
Mhm.
them, and that's okay. Do you get just now know, okay, who is now that person that places you in this high priority? Just how they say it, tit for tat. Whoever like um who values you, value them back type of thing.
Yeah,
But it's just a thing of like being poor emotionally when it comes to like emotional maturity. Because if you actually understand that this person, yes, I know you, we know you, but you don't rate me the way I rate you.
true.
That's okay. You would have, maybe you rather would have it another way, but unfortunately, this is how it is. That's okay. Knowing that everybody cannot be your friend and you can't be everybody's friend makes it easy for you to navigate that.
Yeah, but there is something that always comes to my mind, right? When you're talking, right? So it's just like, even me too, I also have that same kind of experience. I've been in a friendship where I know the guy since primary school. We did the same secondary school. We didn't do the same university until now. I'm still friend with the mom, but I'm hardly talking with the person I'm supposed to be talking with, right? Because I'll send the person a message, he won't
Yeah.
right? So what I'm now trying to say is, are you supposed to kind of have a discussion with the person that, oh, guy, I'm not your friend. Let's be friends, or how does that work? Is it based on values the two of you share? Then maybe because you and the person do the same activities, that what makes the person your friend, or how does that even work even?
I think how to find your friends. First of all, you have to find yourself first.
Mm,
Know who you are as an individual,
yeah,
and more of like know what your values are, right?
yeah,
So for me, I think I remember it was like a year ago or so, I did, maybe like for the last 5 years, it's been like a rough, personal growth process where, you've lost some friends, you've gained some. Not
mm,
like anything bad happened, but just like outgrow people. And I just started reflect, and I remember just, being in this particular relationship with a friend of mine, and I was just like journaling. I was, oh my God, this person is actually my friend. Like, this is actually the friend I prayed for because our values match. Like,
mm.
I don't have to be ashamed of the things I want to discuss
Wow.
about. Do you get?
Yeah.
And I was saying, really, like, for me, like, so because I knew myself, I was able to identify who I am, my values, things that matter to me. Do you get? It's like my spiritual growth is up on the chart, mental and emotional well-being, financial, personal development, just like trying to grow all around. Like these things are like things I like, really value. And having a friend that checks those things just makes it easy. Like I'm not having to tell my friend why I'm studying my Bible. I'm not having to tell my friend why
Mhm.
I want to grow spiritually, because
Mhm.
we share that same goal, we share that same vision. Do you get? Like I have a friend of mine, someone that I consider my best friend right now. Like we don't yes, we have difficult conversations, or we have like where we contradict, or like we are each other's heads and all, but we are still able to come back and know that okay, this is how you said it. I didn't like it like this,
Yeah.
because we both value this friendship, and we know that okay, if you hurt me, I'm not going to respond to you now. I will tell you later. I'm not going to carry resentment in my heart, because I understand that, I value my mental and emotional well being, and I don't want to keep things in my heart. I've been in relationships where, people, they just, something will happen wrong and then they don't care. They'll just want to like, don't worry, don't worry. Don't. I was like,
Mhm.
don't say don't worry. Be worried. If I hurt you, say I hurt you. Let's talk about it so that it doesn't build resentment. Because that's actually what causes friendship to end. Like a friend says one funny comment, you don't address it. I've had a situation where my friends were like, we're out and then they made a joke, and I told her, please see that joke, I don't really like it.
Mhm.
And I get why she said the joke, but I was like, see,
Yeah.
for me, look at how this thing hurts me. I know, please and please don't make this kind of joke. And she was okay with it. She don't make that kind of joke again. To get, in fact, the fact that I'm even comfortable enough to share with
Yeah.
this person that this joke made me feel uncomfortable,
Yeah.
it speaks to the fact that this person is actually my friend. Do you understand?
Yeah.
The other people in life that maybe what they value is, fame, popularity, they're just going to follow their own people that are, that are driven by, status, they're driven by, being famous, or who has the highest following on Instagram. You know, they,
Mm.
they
True.
they find themselves, maybe they're social climbers, and that's okay. Find your fellow social climbers. You get, do not come and leech of people that want to have like genuine friend. I'll tell you a very beautiful story that I noticed this week. There's someone that sort of like we connected back with for work reasons, but we have known each other like acquaintance in the past, right? And I could sense that she was trying to make it a blurry. Yeah, she's here for work, but she wants to be friends with me and all.
Mm.
And I'm like, don't push your friendship, because I can see that you're not respecting my boundary. I'm telling you, I have this is the time I have for this meeting, and then you're pushing it. You're texting me late, saying why am I not replying? And it's like I don't want this. Do you get? Like
Yeah.
my friends know me that once it's 10 to 5, which is one is on work mood, call her business line if she's not answering your WhatsApp. You know that people are just like respect you as an individual. Do you get? And yeah, once people don't respect you like that, you just kind of like know that okay, this is not what I want from this is not what I want in my circle. This is not what I want as a friend. You're having a conversation with the person is talking about themselves, or to that when you even say, I'm not available on so and so, they cannot even hear you.
Mhm.
Do you get like you know what it means if you, for instance, you say you want to do something on Monday and you tell me casually in a conversation today, and on Monday evening I'm like, hey, how did that thing go? It means that you actually heard me.
Yeah.
You listened to me. But some people aren't like that. They just like all about themselves and all. So I think when you actually are able to identify yourself as an individual, who you are, the values you stand for, find friends that align with that. You
Mhm.
can't work. You can't mix two different values
Yeah.
together. Do you get? So yeah, that's what I would say.
Mm, actually, you took it very deep, right? So I like the conversation, where the conversation is going, the place of values, the place of identity, you even getting to know
Yeah.
yourself, right? So I feel sometimes we leave that place of identity saying that, oh, it's the person's job to, we kind of shift responsibility to the person that, oh, it's the person's job to let him tell me about me, right? So I feel
Mm-hmm.
that's already off. There's something you said, and I feel the Bible calls us to be friendly, kind of. I don't know where it's written, but basically we should be friendly and show the love of Christ to people. So what I'm now trying to now ask is, since the Bible calls us to be friendly, do you mean that we should not be friends with the whole world? Or what's that part of the scripture really talking about?
Yeah. So I think again, when it comes to interpretation of Bible, people always like have like for instance, like what I've learned from Bible interpretation is when they say be friendly to everybody, I'm sure if you look at it in the literal text it was written and compare it, you will see it's more of like agape love. Do you
Yeah.
get? As a believer or a Christian, you are expected to show agape love to everybody. Don't mean I have to like you. Do you
Mm.
understand?
Yeah.
I have to show love to everyone because that is my duty as a believer. God first showed us love, then we are supposed to extend that love to other people.
Yeah.
I may not like your personality or like how you handle some situation, but I'm still obligated to extend love to you.
True.
Yes, maybe someone talks, arrogantly, they are not kind in their speech, you've heard a couple of things about them. What love demands is that if they come to meet me for something, I have to treat them right. I
Yeah.
have to honor them right, whether or not, you've heard the whole story about them or you've even
Mm.
seen them in their
Mm.
worst moment. Like, love still dictates that you still show them love, you still
Yeah.
respect, you still honor them. I don't have to have them in my close circle. I don't have to,
Mm.
always call them on the phone and share my personal life. Do you understand? So there's a difference between love and like. Love is everybody's called to love. We are called to love
Mm.
each and every one of ourselves just as Christ loved us. But you see that like is now made for like, oh, I like this my neighbor. I don't like this my neighbor. I like this my colleague. I don't like this my colleague. Do you get like if you're a boss or if you're an employer, you are expected to show love to all of your staff, right?
Mm.
Equally. But as an employer, you still have some of your favorite staffs, not even because of the company, like maybe them at work or do you get, but just even their personality. I'm going to give you a perfect example in my business. There are people I've worked with people over time. Some people I've seen them, they're not the very, maybe this person struggles in terms of like skills, but I genuinely like this person. Yes, you're not the most skilled person, in a particular, you don't meet up to the particular things. I see where you slack in your work. And as your boss, I could reprimand you, I give you corrections and all, but doesn't mean I hate you.
True.
Do you get? Outside of work and everything, you are still my guy. Do you get? But in
Yeah.
the place of work, if the other person that maybe I don't like, that maybe I'll not go out to drinks with or just for 4 hours with, is the
True.
better person for a promotion, I'm going to give that person the promotion because love demands that I have to be fair to all people. And you're the most qualified, not the person that is my fave outside, especially if my fave is not the underqualified one for Juro. Do you see the like
Yeah.
knowing love and
Yeah.
like is after that thing, I'll take you out for lunch and be like, well, he did not qualify for the job, but chop pasta, drink mojito,
Yeah.
you'll be okay. Do you
Yeah.
get? So yeah, that's what I think.
Very interesting. Thank you so very much. And I feel that's one thing that we are called to do as Christians, right? We are called to live or to walk in love, right? But sometimes we
Yes.
overstretch it and we think that, oh, walking in love means we have to be friends with the whole world. And I feel that's kind of
No,
wrong.
you don't.
We are called to love the world, but not to love. Okay, let me don't contradict myself, but basically we are meant to walk in love. So no matter the person, we're not saying, and I feel there's a part of the scripture where it talks about we should not be friends with the world. I don't know if I'm saying it properly or I'm mixing it up. I don't know if you know that
Yeah.
particular verse.
Of being equally unequally yoked. What
Yeah,
is
I
that
think
what you're
there's
trying to get at?
unequally yoked. There's that one, but there's also another one where is calling us to more of work with to love people, right? But also not to fall in love with the systems. I'm also
Of the
it's
world, yeah.
of the world, yeah. So and I feel there is one that kind of leads us to the next discussion, right? I've heard people say that I don't need friends. People will always disappoint, so I'm better alone than me trying to go along with people. Maybe they might pull me down. What are your thoughts around it?
Again, there's a whole lot of healing they need to do,
Mm.
you know. There's a whole lot of healing they have to do on the inside. It's not a thing of like it's not a thing of their outward. If it's like that, then imagine if the whole world you were alone. Can you live in isolation, like truly live in isolation
Yeah,
by
but people are
yourself?
going to do that actually.
Let's be honest, like let's see it like, do you know what it means that I'm living by myself? I want to go downstairs. I want to go to, I don't know, the market. I can't find a bus to take me to the market
Mm.
because I chose not to, like
Mm.
literally
I get it.
not have anybody.
I get
As
it.
human beings, we connection is what keeps us
True.
alive. You get. So but then it's not different. Let's be honest, you still go out and interact with the bus driver, you still go out and interact
Yeah.
with, the and another thing I also feel like people always tend to mix up is that, quite frankly, when it comes to like things of like being hurt and being betrayed, right? who truly is supposed to betray you and hurt you? Like if you actually look at the on a grand scheme of things, it's people that matter to you that would actually betray you. Your
Mm.
security man cannot betray you. The bus driver that you join the bus or your Uber driver, he can't betray you because guess
Yeah,
what? He holds no his relationship with you has no weight or value. So
yeah,
it's the general world cannot quote unquote betray you, hurt you and all. It's people that are actually close to you that would hurt you. So, when you actually understand that, you then know that, okay, this is one of the things that come with, relationship. It's now choosing to say, this is how I would rather navigate it. I would, when someone hurts me, I would speak up. It's almost like you're setting, so because you know yourself first, you're able to now know your boundaries you've put in place,
yeah,
right? And
yeah,
then when you see someone crossing it, you kind of like enforce them and just
yeah.
like correct them. And if you see that this person keeps, does not respect you, does not respect your boundary, that is enough room to walk out of the
Mm.
relationship or the friendship. But not trying at all, I don't think you really cannot survive. We all need each other.
Mm. Man, I need you. And moving to the next discussion, right? There is something you said, and I feel that we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves, right? And there was a thought that kind of came into my mind when you're talking. So, are you trying to tell me the time Christ came, because Christ also suffered betrayal? So, are you trying to say that us too are also going to suffer betrayal in friendship, and we should brace it on and just move on?
Yeah, it's part of life, don't you think?
Mm. But it hurts.
Have you been betrayed?
Yeah, but it hurts. That's the honest truth.
Yeah, but then did he like when it hurts you, like it's part of human, like it's your human experience. Vulnerability is part of our human experience. That you
Yeah,
cry or somebody breaks your heart or something,
yeah,
it's all part of it. You cannot like remove that. Like it's the human nature.
yeah.
I don't know if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, I get you. I get you.
Yeah, it's
It's
just part of
human
human.
nature,
It's just like
but
saying,
there are some things that we wish it never happened, and we just go through life without any scars, without any bruises.
yeah, but then
Just,
what would now life be if you don't have any scars or bruises? What will you share
mm.
stories from? What will teach you? What will give you experience?
Yeah, but
Do you get like I'm currently
can't you not
okay.
learn out of life without the bruises?
Okay, so that's why they say experience is the best teacher. Like, okay, think about it, right? Let's use driving for instance, and I'll use myself as an example. I remember when I wanted to learn how to drive, I had no car around. There was no car around me. And I just kept going on YouTube, looking at how to drive. Like I really wanted to do this. And I kept going on YouTube. I was seeing it and seeing it.
Wow.
But it could not really compare to the actual practical. What you're
Mm.
saying is, all right, so let me ask you a simple question. Would you have a doctor who, if I tell you to look, let me perform a surgery on you, and you'd be like, what is the experience you have to perform a surgery? I say, oh no, I've read about it. I've read about how to perform, whatever surgery you want to perform, heart surgery. I've read about it. I've read thousands of books on heart surgery, but I've never for once practiced heart surgery. Will you lay on my surgery bed?
Man, I'll rebook him like the way Jesus rebuked Peter.
Exactly. So like do you see like experience is just part of it. Do you get it's part of it. Like you it's so easy to learn from people that have the experience because you're not even speaking from a place of theory or assumption. You're speaking
Yeah.
from an actual place of experience. Think about it. Who would you rather take, financial advice from? Who would you take emotion? Who would you take spiritual like who would you if you're going through something in life right now, who would you go to for um advice? Will you go to the person that has read books about it or someone that's actually lived through it and came out
Mm.
on the other way?
Mm.
So sometimes our experiences are not just for us. Our
Yeah.
experiences are for, people. No, sorry, our experiences are for us to,
Yeah.
show the light to
Yeah.
other people. The hurt, the betrayal that you experience. Okay, the real question now is how did you deal with it? Are you healed? Are you still do you think about it and it still like makes your heart jump? That means you've not really healed from it. What do you have to do to heal from it? Do you truly forgive the person? Because sometimes we always like say, oh, I don't have any guilt. I'm not holding anything against them. But deep down in your heart, if you hear that car jam them,
You'll be
you go
happy
last more
inside.
first before you now say, "Ah, hello, do you get like truly and truly, have you really, really like forgotten about that hurt? Like And it's okay. Do you get it's okay to feel hurt, but it's about how you now decide to. It's almost like energy. It's like where do you want to direct it to? Do you
Yeah.
want to direct it to just holding it in your heart and it just like blocking off space in your heart, or letting go of it and learning from it and just being a blessing to other people that might be in such positions.
Hmm. Man, you have said a lot actually. Thank you so very much for sharing. And
Mhm.
one thing that I wanted to even ask, I know we have kind of touched it, right? But what's the difference between a friend and an acquaintance? Some people will say, "Oh, he's just an acquaintance. Oh, this is just a friend." But sometimes I feel that sometimes they have the same meaning, kind of. But some people will say no.
Mhm.
What do you think?
They don't have the same meaning. Sorry, they don't have the same meaning. They don't have the same meaning. I actually want to Google it like right now so
Yeah,
that I'm not speaking from this thing. And it's saying the main difference between friend and acquaintance lies in the depth of the relationship and level of intimacy, trust,
yeah,
and connection.
yeah,
An acquaintance is someone you know, but the relationship is typically casual, superficial, while a friend is someone you have a deep bond with, characterized with mutual affection, trust, and shared experiences.
yeah,
So an acquaintance is, oh, okay, I actually know you know, my neighbor, I know the next door neighbor, I know this person. I know the person that lives, beside me. I know the person that lives on top of me. Like, I know the person that lives with me in the same estate. I
yeah.
know someone that lives down my road. I know someone I go to church with. But a friend
Mm,
now is that's an acquaintance. But a
true.
friend is someone that, okay, a couple of weeks ago, I was experiencing so and so and so, and I called this person and they shared in that, experience, that bond with me. Someone I traveled with, someone that I could even lay down on my bed and sleep to. Two of us would go to bed together or just about what I'm currently going through, both in my business, in work, life, generally. Just tell them, oh, see this thing, or see what really happened. This is what my mom said. I didn't like how she said it. Let me now tell you what my other person said. You see how it just you can clearly see the difference, right?
Yeah.
How to know who's your acquaintance, how who's your friend is. Think about the last three things that happened to you that are like the most private things going on in your life right now. Can
Mm,
you actually tell this person this thing like without blinking? If you can't,
yeah,
then they're just an acquaintance.
yeah,
She gets if you're going to someone is trying to, have a child, she's trying to conceive. Actually going to be telling everybody that so I'm trying to conceive. Yeah, maybe if she chooses to,
yeah.
share and all, but on a level of like, intimacy, expecting feedback and all, she will most likely tell a close friend that, oh, this is what the doctor said. I don't do this, like, no one's going to go on the street and say, the doctor said, I cannot have children. Like, even
Yeah,
yeah, even if you go and tell them, what is that information supposed to do? Okay. I said we need to be careful of like, the people. So for instance, we all everybody's in different stages of their life, right? And now you might think that people that are in that particular stage or the people you see in that particular area are your friends. A perfect example would be maybe you're currently doing like your say you're an NYC
yeah.
copper and you're serving in one um office and all, and you guys are plenty there, and everybody goes to work together, and all you now assume that everybody there is your friend. No, maybe just one person, but you cannot assume everybody there is your friend. To get something I also learned that I've also realized is sometimes letting circumstances choose your friends. Um, it would happen to people, most younger people in their 20s, because, oh, all of us went to secondary school together. We now graduated, we now want to stay in touch. So technically, we're now friends. We really did not choose ourselves based on you know,
Oh,
values. We
yeah,
chose ourselves based on condition.
yeah,
We were in the same class, we sat down together, we were in the same hostel, we
yeah,
went to the same university, we were in
yeah.
the same lodge. You're just choosing friends based on like your condition. You
True.
don't really choose them because you are aligned. I know,
Mm,
but I think as you grow older, you're not
mm,
able to say, okay, this person, I'm telling you, once I did that thing, I just had so many people I was calling my friend in this life, they were actually not my friend, they were just acquaintance. So you
mm.
get.
So I'm going to give you an example of what happened to me of recent. I think last month or upper month. So I told someone so most times I share a lot of information, but I'm kind of careful with kind of information I'm sharing, right? But this time, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know when I kind of lose guard. And what happened was that I shared a particular information with the person, not knowing this person was an acquaintance, and this person now started sharing my gist with everybody that was with
Body. Mm-hmm.
in my circle. And I was not thinking that I thought we were friends. So I usually tell me acquaintance friends will hold such information or an acquaintance will just spread it? Because sometimes I feel
Mm.
a friend can also maybe be the one to even spread the information all around. An acquaintance might just say, it doesn't concern me, I just advise you on the spot and move on. So what do you think at that particular situation that I faced? What do you think went wrong?
I think it's the thing of like, you saying, you didn't know that you thought they were your friends, but they were not your friend. Do you
Yeah.
get like, again, I always tell people, level when some people are emotionally irresponsible people, in the sense
Mm,
that they've chosen not to mature
yeah.
emotionally. And what that means is to mature emotionally means is to understand your emotion as a person, understand who you are as an individual emotionally. That helps you, mitigate some rubbish.
Yeah.
You know that if somebody makes fun jokes, for instance, one of the things I tell my friends is please, whatever you do, don't make any joke about my body. It's not a
Mm,
don't make it passive, like so
mm,
nobody's going to come out like no. Somebody else might be okay with it. That's fine. But me, don't. Do you get? And that's for me. I'll never make it for you. So don't make it for me. Do you get? So maybe
mm,
yes, at first instance, somebody makes that joke, I correct you. But if I see you keep doing it, then I know that you are actually trying to hurt me. You're not being
yeah.
my friend. Like, imagine if I tell you, please don't move my distance, and then you do it. You don't care.
Yeah.
Do you get? So, if in that first instance, so yes, quite frankly, most of the times we move in life without knowing ourselves as emotional beings, right? We don't understand ourselves on that level, and that is okay. So, in that instance, when that thing happened, I just feel like rather than just take feedback from it. Say that okay,
Mm,
this person I told this person this thing, and they went around telling this person. Clearly, that person is not a safe space for you emotionally because
yeah.
whatever you had come to share them, they must have seen that it was weighty and all that you should not have told someone. And
Mm,
let me be very honest with you, right? People as human beings, we are general yappers, right?
mm.
This is like free life hack. As human beings, we are
I like
yappers.
how I'm taking
What?
it down.
Yeah, because what that means is for everybody you talk to, you tell something. They most likely will tell somebody else.
Why?
Wait, let me. It's human nature. Like it's human beings are yappers. Like we need to talk. Like yapping is like you say. I need to offload.
Yeah.
Trigger. It's human beings. Now the problem is, who are you now yapping to?
Mm,
Because now you can tell me your most kept secrets, right? If I go and tell someone that knows you closely, that is wrong. But perhaps, I wanted to yap, yap, yap. I will now yap and tell someone else randomly that I know that you guys are not even connected to.
yeah.
That it will never, and then I'm not even going to mention your name,
Yeah.
this kind of like, because when you dump on people, right, sometimes it can be very heavy for them emotionally. And because I've had my friends call me and be like, see, one of my friends just called me now, see what she's doing. They did not tell me anything about the friend's name, they just gave me the whole rundown. So I
Mm,
don't know the friend. I don't know. I just kind of like give them advice to help them manage, and because when they get that information, sometimes it can be overwhelming for them too. Do you get?
mm,
But true friend, we know that okay, this thing my friend told me. Yeah, I don't have to go and tell someone that is close to her, someone that knows her. There's the way you say the story that they will know that this is Uche's story now. This is Uche. But if you go and tell someone that I don't know, maybe just for yapping sake or just sake or just how people just talk and all, that's fine. She gets as long as you know that it's never going to come back to them. And of course, you remove some information that
yeah.
they can never put the pieces
Yeah.
together. Or maybe if the thing is happening now, you see, that's how one of my friends some years ago she came to meet me and she was struggling about her husband. See what happened. Meanwhile, the thing is currently happening, but you're saying the story like it happened 5 years ago. What do
Yeah.
you think she should have done then? Person will be telling you, and then the person's mind is already playing that okay, this thing would have been in the past. And
Yeah.
meanwhile, is currently going on. Do you get? So these are just like this is where emotional intelligence is like applies to us as individuals.
Yeah. All right. Okay. So, Uche, in one word or in one sentence or in 1 minute, what would you say for someone struggling with their friendship, with their relationship in terms of friendship, right? So, what would you say to someone that is out there?
I would say find yourself first. One,
Mhm.
find yourself first. Know who you are, know
Mm.
your values, and find people that align with that values. That's
Mm.
that's that's what I advise. And try Jesus. He's a good friend.
Yeah. And for me, taking it off from where some of the values you shared, right, in this our discussion, I think for me, for everybody listening, I'll say that people should know their values, right? When you know your values, you easily set your boundaries, you easily know what aligns with you, who you attract, who you repel. So sometimes I feel sometimes we want to pull people in, trying to bring the love of Jesus to everybody's life. But if we don't know our boundaries, good to show love, yes, but we also need to know our boundaries. We also need to know
Yeah.
our values so we don't attract the wrong enemies,
Mm-hmm.
friends. And we used to know, and most importantly, just like the point you gave, our identity matters, right? So, guys, thank you so much for watching or for listening to today's podcast. And we really appreciate. Do have an amazing day. Thanks.